We were young before we knew what young meant, before the weight had a name, before the sky felt distant. The night used to feel closer than, like it leaned down to listen. Every star a quiet dare, every dark a permission. We stood where the city thin, at the edge of what we've been. Lights behind us flickering, like memories learning how to end. The old world breathing tire loops, same stories, same bruised days. We wore its dust on our shoes, but not in our veins. There was a hum beneath the silence, low and patient like a door, not calling us back to anything, just forward, just more. We didn't leave in anger, we didn't leave in fear. We left because the future felt closer than the years and the stars. They didn't shine louder, they just stayed waiting. They didn't shine louder, waiting, waiting, waiting. We learned the language of engines, the quiet courage of ignition. How hope sounds when it's steady, not desperate, not driven. Every mile widened our lungs, every hour felt less on. The past grew smaller behind us, like a planet we'd outgrown. We talked about nothing and everything, about who we might become, about places that didn't yet exist under unfamiliar suns. Youth wasn't innocence anymore, it was choice, it was motion. It was saying yes to the unknown, without asking for devotion. The stars began to multiply, not brighter, just clearer, like the universe was younger out here, and so were we. We carried the old world gently, like a photograph folded thin, not to erase it, just to not live in it again. Every orbit we imagined, every horizon we chased, wasn't about escape, it was about space. Space to breathe, space to feel, space to become someone new. dimension.